Hey guys, so today we will start with our development class. Okay, so as going back to our syllabus, so we will be starting with Apex and we will go through method and its calling. And that is like first and foremost. Okay, and so this is a sequence basically which we will follow to cover this particular, syllabus. Now, when it comes to method calling, before that, we have to create class as well. Okay. So I would say this class. We'll start with this first and then followed by this. So now in order to start the development, guys, the developer has to go to setup. Okay. Setup is nothing but if you are on the front end, you just click on the setup. You will be navigated on the setup page. Then you can click on setting icon. Okay, developer console. This is one way. Second way is from the UI also directly you can click on the setting icon. UI in the sense the front end. So let's suppose you are at sales app. Okay, any app. Then at this moment you click on this developer console. Okay, so that's where you can start your developer. Okay, so once you have the console ready, now okay, I'm closing everything. Now it's time to create your first class. Okay. So you have to click on File, New, and then Apex class. Okay. The name is the first thing which you have to give for the class. So let's suppose we are going to learn about methods. So you can say the class name as method controller. Just always, as per as corporate world, just always think that whatever name you are going to give for the class, okay, it should be meaningful and it should end with controller, handler, helper. Okay, these three keywords, just keep it in your mind. Okay, these three keywords will help you to design the Apex class when you will be doing the actual work in your companies. Okay. So in companies, we always make sure to write the class names ending with helper, controller, or handler. And then the prefix should be like the meaningful name, what your class used for. So that is the first thing which you guys have to make sure. Okay. So I'll note this thing as well. Okay. The class name should be first. What is Apex class? Okay. Apex class is nothing but a programming language. Okay. Programming Apex is a programming language and class is used to build the complete code for it. Okay. Apex is the object oriented programming language. Okay. And it is used to build the backend logic for the Salesforce. Okay. That is, it helps to get the data from database. Okay. Even manipulate the data, manipulate the data in database. So that is also it's one of the function, guys. It can manipulate the data in the database. When I say manipulate, it can insert, update, delete the data. Okay. When I say manipulate, insert, okay, insert new data. Okay. Update the existing data or delete the existing data. Okay. Delete. So these are the few features of the Apex class. Okay. I mean the Apex language. Okay. And class is nothing but the you can say the uh, container where you write the code basically. Okay, basic logics. So that is that. So mm, class name should start with capital. That is first thing. Okay, class name should start with capital letter. Second, it should it should end with uh, postfix as a controller, helper, controller or helper or handler. Okay. So these two things you have to keep in mind while creating a class guys. Okay. Now let's go back. If you see the class is public, public means it is accessible uh, throughout your Salesforce. It means your Salesforce, if you create any other class in Salesforce, that can access this class. As simple as that. One class can other class. One class can access another class just because if it is public. Okay, so that's clear. And this is the name, the keyword. Basically, keyword means unique word to define that this is a class. This is a name. That's it. Now, so this is basic syntax. Now comes the method. So method again, it should be inside the class. Okay, method should be defined inside the class, not outside. Okay, and when I say inside the class, it should be under these brackets. Do you see these brackets? Line number 1 to line number 5, these are the brackets. So method should come under this bracket. It should not be outside. Okay, remember this. So method is just the, uh, you can say a piece of code inside your class. Okay, which is actioned from anywhere, which could be actioned from anywhere. Okay, so the syntax is again public so that it can be called from anywhere inside your Salesforce. If you make it private, it will be called from the same class. Okay. And if you see, I just wrote public and there is a exclamation mark that there's this error in your class. Okay. And problems came. So this problems will tell you any error in your syntax. Okay. While you are writing. This is star says this class is not saved. Okay. This is non-saved version. Okay. And right now, if you see unexpected token curly braces. So we wrote public inside that, but they were expecting curly braces. Okay. So either write complete code or we will get this error. Next is static. Okay. Static void and then the method name. Method name should be meaningful, like what action you are going to do. So let's suppose uh, I'm defining methods. So you can say define methods. Okay. Yeah. Method one, method two. Okay. Like that you can get. So now going back to the syntax, public, static. Static means it will be basically used how it would be called. Okay. Whenever somebody want to call us particular method. Void is a return type. So void means null. Null means no, nothing. It is not going to return anything. We will elaborate this, and this is the method name. Now I'll go back to my theory class, and now we are here, method and its calling. So first is method is nothing but action which can be done from anywhere. Anywhere in the sense either in the from another class, from uh, another class, from LWC, like anywhere you can call it, like aura is there, flow is there. From flow also you can call the apex. Even third party can call the apex. Okay, so this is first point. Second point is about its syntax. Okay. Method access specifier. So we call them as access specifier, the one which you see public. Okay. So public is one, then private, then you have global. Okay. So let's go through these. These are the very key things which are being used. Okay. Um, these are the only three access specifier which is used in our Apex class. So public means can be called from other class. Okay. Private can all be called from the same class. Okay. Called from same class. Global can be called from third party eyes. Okay. It can be called from outside Salesforce. Okay. Remember this. Now comes your next thing, is static. Okay. And void. So we'll start with void first. Void is a return type. Return type which means null. Okay. It can also return integer. Some integer you can return some string values, you can return as objects. Okay, we will talk about these when we will be running the data type unit tomorrow. So these things it can return. Okay. Void, I would say I'll name him this point as return type. Return type. Okay. So there are two type of return types. One is void, another is the particular data type. Return type, which means null. Okay. Then it can also return, sorry. Okay. So, okay. So the return for this, return type for say, will be null. Return type for this is integer. Okay. String as object. Okay. You can give the defined return type like this, and another is void. Any one of them you can give. Okay. Void is when you don't want to return anything, as simple as that. And when you want to return something, at that time, just give the data types. Okay. I will write it as when you don't want to return anything. Okay. So it will be like default is void. And then apart from that, if you want to return anything, it would be like integer. So let me show you guys. Okay. If you're returning integer value from this method, whoever calls this method, we will be returning integer value. Integer. Okay. So in that case, you have to write one more statement called return. Okay. And then a type of value like zero. Zero is an integer. So I wrote it. So if you see star is there, now I have to say save it. So file, save. You can even use shortcut as control save. So now I'm saving it. If you see star gone, okay, it is saved. And integer because it is return. If I don't return, guys, okay, let me comment it. So in class, you will see a return comment statements also. You can comment it by back // if you want to comment the single line. If you want to comment the multi-line, you have to use / star. And so this is a starting of the comment. Okay, you have to end it because else it will comment everything and it will give you error. So I want to comment till here, multi-line. So put star and then again forward slash. So this is how multi-line comments work, guys. Forward slash star, then star forward slash to end the comment. So from here to here, it is commented. Okay. Now you can uncomment it. Okay. And if you save it, so if you see, you have got the error called missing return statement. Whenever you are returning anything like integer, you have to give a return statement. Okay. So that is that. So I'll write this point also that if you are giving the return type, uh, return statement is mandate. Okay. Any doubts so far, guys? Okay. Then you know the static. Let's come to the static. Okay. Okay. Any method defines static. Any method which is defined static can be called from another class as below. So if you want to call this method from other class, okay. So let's create another class, new apex class. I'll name it as method handler because this will handle the methods. Okay. Okay. I would say this will control the method and this will handle the method. So we will move this piece of code from here to here because this is going to handle it. And this will control it means it will call it. Okay. So I have to uncomment this to make sure this piece of code gets saved. Okay. Now I have two classes. Okay. This is static. Now I want to call it from this class. Okay. So just write a method here. Okay. I will name it as call method one. So in order to write a method name, start with small, okay, and followed by capital. Okay. So I'll write this point also as a fifth point. Method name should. These are best practice, guys. Okay. Why I'm saying this? These are best practice in our corporate world. Method name should start with small letter. Okay. And followed by capital. Capital letter. Okay. So I named as call, then method. Method is M capital. Then calling. Call means small, like the starting of the method. And then character should be small. Now you are going to call it, but since calling is going to happen, I'm not returning anything, so I'll give it as void. Now, when your method is static and you want to call it from other class, give class name. Okay. I'll write the class name inside this. So now we are writing code inside the method, guys. Okay. So you write the class name, sorry, then method name, common brackets, enter. Now you save it. So that's where your static comes in picture. You have to define the class name dot method name to call your apex class. Okay. So going back to our point, okay, call uh, epic call method from other class as class name dot method name. That's how you will call it. Okay. Non-static. If it is non-static, okay, it will be called by defining class name followed by method name. Okay. So when I say non-static, you have to remove this static keyword, save it. Okay. So this method will be called with the by creating the instance of the class. How we'll create, we'll go through it. I'll remove this static also. Okay. Saving it. If you see here, now if I try to edit this class, anything, any edit, and try to save it again, okay, I am getting an error. Non-static method cannot be referenced from the static context. Okay. So if you see, this is right now non-static, and I'm trying to call in the format of class name dot method name, which is a static format. So in that case, I have to create the instance of the class. Okay. So to create the instance of the class, guys, I will comment this line. Okay. Just for a reference. And then I will be here. I'll create the instance of the class. So the class which I'm going to call, I have to create the instance for that. So this is a method handler class. I'll paste it. This is like class name. Now you have to create the instance. Instance means a variable name. So you can give anything. This is optional. Method equals to new class name. New help to create the uh, you know instance. So you gave the name of the instance equal to new, which will help you to create the instance, and then class name followed by brackets. This will end help you to end your syntax with a semicolon. Okay. So this is the syntax where you will be creating the instance of the class. Now with this instance, you can call anything of your handler class. Okay. Which is non-static method dot define. Okay. This is the syntax where non-static method is there. Okay. Any doubt, guys? We are calling non-static method by creating the instance. Okay. And then with the help of instance, you call the method. This is the code, guys. Any questions so far?
Method is a like, or you type a method. Method is a type of a syntax or just name you have given.
Just
Anything you
name.
can.
Anything you can give. Let's suppose you want to give ABC
नहीं नहीं उसके नीचे जो
as a
लिखा ना मेथड मेथड हैंडलर स्पेस
so this
मेथड.
is this is the class name and this is also optional like ABC. You can give it anything. This is an optional and then you can paste it here. Instance name is optional. You can give any name and
Okay,
use
so
that
it's a
to call.
variable.
It's a variable. Yeah,
ABC variable, right?
exactly.
We don't have to define the variable.
Variable for this particular class. Okay. Variable means it will hold the data for this class. It's a variable of class. There would be variable which we will be working like integer is a variable, string is a variable, s object is a variable, and there is something called class level variable. So like class variable. So this is the variable which we created for this class and use this variable to
Integer
get
is a
the data.
variable. I think integer is a data type.
Integer, once you define, yeah, this is a data type, integer, but you have to give the variable for it, like I. This is a variable, and then you will give it as a value, like this. You are right, integer is a data type for this, but ultimately, uh, that data type would define ultimately a variable. Okay,
Okay, so right, I is an integer we have defined, right? But here
exactly.
the ABC. So what automatically it's go for integer, string, what?
Integer is a data type for this variable.
No, no, I'm asking about the ABC. ABC
Now
variable
I'll
we have
come back
defined,
to
right?
here. And then method handler is a data type for this variable.
Okay.
So method handler is a data type. And this is type of S object data type. So tomorrow when we will be learning the S object, this is nothing but S object data type. Okay. So class is comes under S object data types.
ओके,
Okay.
आप एक एग्जांपल बनाओगे ना, मतलब जहाँ से कहीं डेटा आता हो और फिर यहाँ पे ये सेम मेथड हमने कॉल किया और फिर उसका डेटा यहाँ से वहाँ है और
हाँ,
उसका कुछ रिजल्ट है, तो फिर थोड़ा
data
ज्यादा
would be
आइडिया
data
आएगा।
type. Exactly. The second class is all about data type. So you guys will learn the data types, and then these methods receives the data and inside those particular type of data. So tomorrow that class will happen where we will be learning data types, and then you will be able to pass and receive the data. So right now, just simple how to create a method, how to call the method. As simple as that. We'll go into bits and pieces.
तो
A- Any doubt, Ruchi?
हम्म,
Okay. Kunal, any more doubts? Tomorrow we will learn about this integer as object data type so that to better understand it.
no,
Cool. So just create a class today in your, okay. Go through the theory which I have given you guys. This is important. Okay. Best practice to follow. And we'll continue data types tomorrow.